What's going on, everybody? It is Movie Talks, the only podcast you need for movie news, movie reviews, and more. We've got a up and down ride for you today. It is something. It's a little bit of a horror mix, and Lawson's already shaking his
Yeah.
head. He loves it. He loves it. He's been on a ride. He's been jumping out of water. He's been Lawson. He's been swimming out of water. He loves it. Oh. We're
Jesus.
straight into
Coming
it.
on strong. Coming
Yeah,
on
that's
strong.
right.
Hey,
I'm ex-
everybody.
I'm excited because EAFC 24 is now out, and as you can see, repping my
Crystal
team.
Palace top. Yeah,
Yeah,
nice.
yeah,
That's sick.
I'm so keen. But that's not what you're here for. You're here for movie news. You're here for the art house insights of Lawson. If you're here for the action Ryman, action
Mm.
man Ryman. That's
Action
my
Man, the greatest hero of them all.
Yeah, I'm gonna make an intro video of me as Action Man.
Yeah, do it.
Yeah.
That's a good idea, actually.
See, I'm an ideas man. Execution
Yeah.
and perfectionism is not my strongest point. So yeah, get ready.
Mhm.
Get ready. Just like going into a fully prepared movie news. It's I like it. It's a surprise for me as well. So like as you know, the game has changed over the course of
We're going to
episodes.
introduce our movies this week before we get to movie news. That's normally how
Oh
we
yeah.
do it.
Nah, moved on.
In 50 something weeks.
Yeah. Yeah. See. So yeah, today we have the up and down ride of the Elevator Game, a brand new
Hmm.
horror film. We
Yep.
have the Nun 2, which is part of the Conjuring horror franchise.
Yeah.
And we'll get into that a little bit later. And
Hmm.
jumping out at you from the water is Jurassic Shark 3, Sea
Hell
Vengeance.
yeah.
Yeah,
Banger.
so get ready
This
for
week
that.
is unintentional. We didn't really mean to do three horrors, but this is unintentionally uh mid-budget, low budget, and zero budget horror movies.
Would you call Nun 2 mid-budget? I would have said that'd be
I'll look it
real.
up.
I feel like that'd be
We'll get back
higher,
to that later.
like based off of the Conjuring like franchise. I would assume they'd have a reasonable budget.
It's 38 million. That's pretty mid-budget. I mean,
Okay,
that's high-ish for horror films, but that's pretty mid-budget for films in general.
yeah, fair. I just would have assumed, but that's cool. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool. All
Mm,
right. Del Toro nearly directed a Star Wars film written by David Goyer. That'd be pretty cool.
okay.
Del Toro would be interesting as a Star Wars director. Like it'd be pretty unique, pretty out there.
Yeah, I'd
I'd
be
be.
keen. Something different instead of fucking Marvel. So you wouldn't make it.
I think you should give Ahsoka a try. Ahsoka,
Yeah,
I've enjoyed. I've
I
really
do need
enjoyed
to.
Ahsoka.
Mm,
So it's not your standard like I guess newer trilogy. It's reasonably fresh. I'm
okay.
enjoying it. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, I've been meaning to. It's just, it's like you got so many things you want to do in your week.
Ooh, yep, yep.
It's low priority.
Okay, fair,
Baldur's
fair,
Gate
fair.
is high priority.
He's still smashing it.
Absolutely. I've got
Yeah.
over 100 hours now.
Wow. Yeah, right. I
I'm
mean,
just reached the halfway point.
okay. Okay. There's a new Hunger Games, The Ballad of Songbird and Snakes trailer. So that is out now. There's showing more of the arena action. I'm pretty keen
Yep.
for it. I liked the Hunger Games
Same.
ones.
Same.
I'm hoping it's not
I'm real
like a
keen.
Star Wars because like I enjoyed the Star Wars and then the newer trilogy. I was like, it was okay. It just wasn't what I wanted. So I'm hoping it still captures the fun of the previous ones.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure. I'm staying confident that it's going to
Okay.
be halfway decent.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Like
Good.
if the first movies, like they're not groundbreaking,
No,
and
but they're good. They're just
but they
fun.
are. Yeah,
Yeah.
I watched them many times through.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm excited for it.
Yep.
A little while away,
Uh,
but
are you excited about this film, which we did review? It is The Troll. So remember the
yeah,
Netflix Norwegian, was it
yeah, with
Norwegian
the giant
Troll?
monster. Yep.
Yeah, there's a sequel coming. So
Oh,
hooray.
awesome.
Yeah.
We gave that a really bad review.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
We gave
um
Troll One a 1 and a 1.5.
Yeah.
So I couldn't imagine the sequel being better than that.
Yeah, right. I doubt it. Apparently, Keanu Reeves has come out saying that he wanted John Wick 4 to have a defining ending, but the producers didn't want it, so he got overruled.
Oh, so he wanted to do the last movie.
He wanted it to be a different ending.
Oh, sure.
Mm,
Okay.
yeah. I mean, I guess we'll see what happens. And
Yeah, I'll probably watch it because you'll make me watch it, but I
yeah.
don't really care.
And then we've got Netflix's animation adaptation of Roald Dahl's The Twits to hit 2025. I have no idea what this story is
The fuck
because
did you just say?
Roald Dahl, you know Roald Dahl.
Roald Dahl.
Yeah, yeah. He's rolling. He's
Yeah.
rolling in books and hits.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. Roald Dahl. What about him?
Yep. He's got a new animated adaptation coming out on Netflix. It's called The Twits to hit in 2025.
The Twits. It's called The Twits.
It's called The Twits. So I
Yep.
don't. Yep. I don't know what that story is. Besides, like,
uh,
it looks.
Follows the story of Mr. and Mrs. Twit, who are miserable owners of a dangerous amusement park,
Yep. Did you
and
ever
their
read that
meteoric
story?
rise to power. I'm looking at it now
Okay.
for the first time.
Yep.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm down. Roald Dahl has some pretty interesting stories.
Yeah. Just don't know if it would be that interesting.
Written and
Who knows?
directed by Phil Johnson.
Yeah. Who knows? Hope you do well, Phil. Fingers crossed.
Hope you do well, Phil. Well, you like Wreck-It Ralph, and
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, I haven't seen Zootopia, but I've heard it's decent.
I like Zootopia. It was fun. Fun
Okay.
film. Yep. And
Yeah, we'll watch it.
then appearing out of nowhere, there is now a Ready for Paranormal Activity, the play. There is
Serious.
another Paranormal Activity. I got to say, the first Paranormal Activity scared me.
Yeah.
It actually scared me. Where it was like when I was going to sleep, I'd open my eyes just to check that there wasn't like a ghost there.
Yeah.
Because I hate ghosts. Ghosts are one of the few things that scare me. I don't know why.
Yeah, that's so fair.
I just really, really
It's
don't
because you're
like
powerless.
ghosts. Yeah.
Yeah. Even
Yeah.
though, like, I don't feel like ghosts could do a whole lot, but they're just a scary presence. Like, I'm the same. I've always had this fear of ghosts, especially growing up. I couldn't watch Paranormal Activity when it first came out. It took me a few years to get to it.
Yeah, right. Even like Freddy Krueger and all those like monsters, like you can fight. Like you probably won't win, but you've got a chance. The ghost is just gonna possess people and throw things at you. And you got nothing. You got nothing.
You got nothing.
Nothing. That's a quiet movie release. We are coming up to school holidays, and I thought there would be more like films coming out. And really, there's only the new what is it called? Paw Patrol, the Super Pups new film. So
Yep.
yeah.
Well, you gonna watch that with the kids?
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
Well, one of them's excited. The other one wants to go see the Ninja Turtles one. So I'll probably watch that again. Yeah.
Are we gonna review Paw Patrol?
No.
Why not? It's a movie. It's content.
It's 2 episodes together. It's not really a movie.
Is it really? Okay.
Yeah, that's all they do.
Feature length, like a full hour and a half?
No, it's like 40 minutes. It's literally 2 episodes just put together. No, it's good. Like if you've ever taken young children to the movies, it's like that's the perfect time. Because
I have news for you.
They get no.
It's 1 hour and 35 minutes.
What?
Yep.
There's no kids are going to be able to sit through that. Plus your 20
Paw Patrol,
minutes.
the mighty movie. Hour 35.
Hour 35 of Paw Patrol. No, thank you.
Get around it.
No.
But you're keen.
I do enjoy Mighty Pups better than the standard Paw Patrol, though. Just, yeah.
I have no frame of reference.
I
don't know the difference.
Yeah, well, you want to watch it?
If you want to watch it.
No.
We're watching anyway, aren't you? Or you'll probably let the missus take the Paw Patrol and you'll go watch TMNT again.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. Yep. Fair. Very fair.
We've already got plans. But
this time of year, it's pretty much October movies, like Halloween movies all coming out and being released and stuff, and then it's Christmas movies.
Yep.
So
Yeah, nothing super big. Although, oh, they normally do the New Year, don't they? They normally wait for New Year big release, and they're like, here,
Yeah, holiday period, like
yeah,
December's. That's why like the Hunger Games and stuff come out like November, December,
mm-hmm. Yeah, it's fair.
Thanksgiving and that.
Yeah, fair. There's a new horror one called Thanksgiving.
Yeah, we mentioned that last week, eh?
Mm-hmm. But let's get into the elevator game. So this
Sure.
is a new horror film, which has a few ups and downs, but this is a
Stop.
supernatural.
You've
Oh,
had like four. You've had like four ups
mm,
and downs jokes. That's
yeah,
it.
no,
It was,
no. I'm gonna keep pressing your buttons. Ah,
boom, boom.
I was waiting for you to buy it. But
Congrats, you did it.
thank you, thank you, thank you. Supernatural horror based on the online phenomenon, a ritual conducted in an elevator in which players attempt to travel to another dimension using a set of rules that can be found online.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, it sounds exactly as you'd think. So
It's a creepy pasta story.
you reckon?
It is, yeah. It's creepy.
Yeah.
It's a creepy pasta. It's like a little online story written for like like a 1 minute read sort of thing that made into a feature length film.
Okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Fair. Fair. So this is based around they're YouTubers, aren't they? Because they keep saying like subscribe to the
Yeah,
video. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So these are like your ghost chasing YouTubers, and all of a sudden their company or their sponsor is like, you need to be able to put out a video as soon as possible within a week, otherwise we're pulling our funding.
Mm-hmm.
These A new guy comes in for a job interview and was like, gets a shot magically, which is very convenient. And he was like, oh, I've heard about this story about this elevator game. All of a sudden, if you do the set of rules, you're able to bring out the ghost that is haunting the elevator.
And
So,
supposedly you can do it in any elevator as long as there's 10 floors. But they
oh,
chose this particular one because that's where his sister was killed or
okay.
disappeared.
I must have missed that part. I just assumed it was like that's where it happened. I didn't realize it was like any
Yeah.
elevator.
Yeah, it literally, because he says like it could be any elevator as long as there's 10 floors. But I heard this girl went missing in
Okay.
this one literally around the corner, which is really convenient.
Okay.
And they walk down there and do it.
Right. I don't know what I was doing. I must have missed that because I just assumed this was like an abandoned building. And then there was one part where they were on a floor and this bloke just comes out and is like, what are you guys doing here? And then like,
Yeah, some random like
just lives
office
there.
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I was like, oh, that's weird. All right. Okay.
It was
So
weird.
you can do it on any elevator. You got to run a certain set of rules, which the
Mm-hmm.
rules are so weird. Like, why do you have to go to level 5, 9,
Look it up.
close your eyes? Like the set of rules were bizarre. It was like someone just randomly threw ideas out there, like, what are the set of rules? You. And then they just bunched them all together. You do a
Yeah.
story and it's like, oh, one word each, and you just go around the circle. That's what it felt like, the set of rules.
Yep.
Yeah. So it turns out I don't even care about spoiling this because it's not really worth you. It's not worth
No,
your time.
it's absolutely not. There's no spoilers necessary. I don't think we are doing you a favor by telling you the entire plot, so you don't have to watch it.
Like,
Think of it that way.
yeah, there's no real ups on this film. It's all downs. It's all downs. The
Sure
elevator's
is.
out of what's it called, out of service, out of operation. No, it's broken. This elevator's broken.
Elevator's broken.
So as all of a sudden, the new guy, Ryan, pitches his idea and they're like, yep, this is great. They start filming, and all of a sudden, Ryan calls out Chris, who's the main bloke who had interactions with his sister and then used his fame to like sleep with her, and then like she went
Oh,
missing
that's
from
right.
there. Yeah.
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 What about that?
So that all kicked off. The security guard finds him and is like, it was a really weird and awkward scene where he's like, lift your feet. Yeah, come on, move out. And it just cuts out. They get all kicked
With the
out.
salt and everything.
Yeah. So they get kicked out. all of a sudden they leave a bit of equipment, which is convenient, but they have to
Convenient.
go
Yeah.
back. Old mate Ryan goes back and does the game himself. He gets transported to a different dimension, or the demon dimension, underworld, whatever it
The
is,
upside
parallel.
down. It's
Yeah,
Stranger Things upside down, more or less. Yeah.
yeah. It's black and red. It's all creepy.
hmm
He
hmm
yeah. There's not much. The couple of good things about it was I didn't mind a few of their like kills. I thought they were reasonably well done. Where
Yeah.
there's like a hand coming out. That was all right. I didn't mind it. There was the stereotypical possession, like breaking of limbs, where I was like, oh, okay, we're in for a downward ride here.
Yeah.
Mm. And
It's
then
yeah, keep going. Sorry.
all of a sudden lots of people die. The people that you want
Yep.
to die,
Yep.
and then there is the very, very poor sort of love interest kind of bonding session between Ryan and Chloe, where she was like putting her number in his phone, and then they are in the upside down together, and then all of a sudden he sees his sister, and yeah, it's just there's lots of salt, and they have a final confrontation. It is by the books, average
Yes.
acting, and nothing exciting
Very.
whatsoever.
No, it's very amateur. Like when I
Mm,
first noticed, oh, okay, this is quite amateur. I didn't know what I was expecting going into it, but like the first few shots, like okay. Um, yeah, the characters are really unlikable as well. It's I hate when, like you've said it before as well in movies we've watched where you got no one to side with. Like you don't care about anybody in the story enough to care about the ending, and the ending just happens, and you're like, okay, that was a movie, I guess.
yeah.
The most charismatic character was the blonde girl who was like the tech guru,
Hmm.
and she died really early. And even like on their YouTube channel, she was like, she's a tech guru, so she's not even on camera that much. I feel like she was the most deserving to be on camera because the other girl, Chloe, was like really fucking boring on camera. It's
Yep.
like they should have cast them opposite. I don't know.
Well, I actually found the security guard to be my favorite.
Yeah,
And he
he felt
was
like someone's uncle.
he was in there for like 2 minutes at most.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, you're my favorite character.
Uh-huh. I
Just
did laugh at
yeah.
go on, sorry, just what?
Oh, it was just my favorite line was like, come on, move your feet, get out of here.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was like shooing
And they were
cats.
moving. He's like, come on up, yep, up, yeah, come on. It's like, yeah.
Yeah.
Um, I did laugh. The only thing that made me sort of giggle was right at the beginning when they're on their YouTube channel and there's all the editing coming up and whatever for like a YouTube video. A little ad comes up down the bottom where it's like, get salt delivered monthly because they're talking about salt.
Mhm.
And they had a little ad for getting salt delivered monthly. And I was like, okay, that's kind of funny, like a little subtle joke. But then the nothing else about the whole thing was subtle at all. It was
No,
just a mess.
they did ask for like thicker salt. I was like, okay, we'll just.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's like an inside joke to like those that hunt ghosts or whatever, but I was like,
I think
okay,
salt's it's like a barrier, but obviously meant
yeah,
nothing because yeah.
salt is a barrier, and that's always been the thing. But like, I've never have read or heard anything about a thicker salt being better than
Oh
just
sure. All
like a
right.
normal salt.
I think it was
Okay,
just for the joke.
okay, yeah, I don't know.
I got frustrated that anybody who in the movie, because there were scenes obviously where there are multiple characters holding a camera to frame the YouTube video. Whoever's holding the camera, like they give the camera to Ryan at one point, and he's fucking filming Chris and he's cutting Chris off at like the mouth. You can't see above his mouth. Why? Like, yes, they're trying to make it look like amateur, but if you guys are making high quality YouTube content, why the fuck can't you frame someone properly?
I
And that annoyed me
don't
more than it should have.
know. It's
um,
it's pretty average when you're focusing on those little minor
yes,
details. And our favorite
yes.
character's the security guard.
Yeah, look, someone in the movie, Chris points out quite consistently that they're trying to make a YouTube video, and he keeps saying, "How do we get past the fact that 20 minutes of riding an elevator is not an interesting video?" And yet, somehow they decided to make a fucking hour and a half long movie about riding an elevator up and down.
Yeah.
It's they do it once, and then they leave, and then one character goes in on his own, then two characters go in there on their own, and then the rest of the characters go in again on their own, and we see the same game getting played. We see a character do it at the beginning as well, the one who is missing. We see the same elevator game getting played like 5 times in the movie, and it is very boring and very long-winded. And you can tell they were trying to pad out the film. It's like when you read an assignment from a student that they're trying to reach 1,000 words, and there's like all this filler bullshit that they're just wafting on. It felt like that. There's a lot of shit that there's like, okay, we have to make an hour and a half to call ourselves a feature-length film. We'll keep just doing random shit.
Yeah.
And that's what it felt like.
Well, ironically, this is my second favorite thing this week.
Probably. No.
Oh, okay.
No. No, I think this is the worst thing I watched this week.
Really? Okay. I'm interested.
No, it's tough actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. For different reasons. We'll get to that next.
But like I as bad as it was, I didn't mind it because the acting was pretty it was bad. And I was like, oh, that's kind of enjoyable because it's like a nothing watch, and I can do bits and pieces while I watch this film. And I was like,
yeah,
okay. I was like, the kills are not too bad. Like that's by far the best part. And then I was trying to guess bits and pieces of the plot. And then all of a sudden when Ryan's like confronts Chris, I was like, what is happening? Why is he just all of a sudden pick this moment? This moment. I know it's in front of everybody, but it was like you couldn't hold
said so.
You couldn't hold it together for like a little bit. Like you've got the opportunity to tell your story. Like they're doing your like idea, and all of a sudden you've just thrown caution to the wind to confront old mate about your sister going missing.
It did feel really like, whoa, fuck, where's this come from? Because they were just like talking and whatever. You couldn't even see like they should have filmed it in a way that like made us feel the tension in Ryan, like he was getting like pent up and about to explode. Because before that, he was this like really socially awkward, quiet, shy guy, and all of a sudden he's like, "Fuck you, Chris! You fucking this," and then like he starts screaming at him, and everyone's like, "Whoa, calm down." And same, it was out of nowhere because movie said so.
Like that was, I was like, all right, cool. This is gonna be really bad, and it lived up to my expectations of it being bad. And I don't mind that. I don't mind that it felt self-aware, like it wasn't good. It was very, very average. It was pretty cringy at times as well.
Like, very
cringy. It reminded me of like when you get an assignment from like year 12s and you're like, yep, that's about on par with the acting.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
Just with a lot more money to be able to produce special effects.
I tried to find the budget because this is like seems really, really low budget, but I can't find it anywhere like what this thing would have cost.
I couldn't. Was it Shudder? Was that one of the
yeah, it's Shudder.
Yeah.
Just a low everywhere I read it just says low budget. Like that's not really helpful, but I'd say less than 5 mil. It feels pretty cheap. Yeah. And the acting, like you said, the acting's very, very subpar. The music in the credits, did you notice? Did you watch too much of the credits?
No, I didn't get to the credits.
No, that's fair. I haven't just like I went on my phone. I make as I always do. I'm making some notes. So as it ended, I went on my phone and made a few notes and whatever. And the music was playing, and the music in the credits feels like when. A quick comparison. I was once doing a short film or editing a film for a friend for a film festival, and they were like, "Oh," I said to them, "I need some sort of music for this scene because it makes no sense her just walking out in silence. I need a song that suits her." And she reached out to her like random cousin who has a band, and they sent me this random fucking SoundCloud video, and like, I'll use this, and it was so like cheap and obvious, and obviously like poorly mixed and poorly made song, but they wanted it in there because it was their cousin's song, and it felt like shit. My point is, the end song in this felt so much like some random cousin's fucking band that in a garage. Like it really like cherried on top the low budget dodginess of the whole film.
Yeah,
I
right.
highly recommend watching the credits just for that horrible fucking meme of a song.
That's the best part, you reckon?
Yeah, I laughed the most in the credits than anywhere else. Look,
Yep.
I think you hit it before when you said that this was probably the second most entertaining thing we watched this week.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I think that's pretty
Definitely.
fair,
It's definitely not the most entertaining because that's
and not
it's
the least either.
it's something.
We'll get to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
So
haven't got much more to say. It's
yeah.
pretty unexciting for me. It's a 1.5,
Okay.
maybe. Yeah, I'm between like because like you said, it's the kind of thing that I probably would watch again with the right crowd. Like if I was with friends and I was like, oh, this is pretty funny. Like I'd put this on as background again.
Yep.
But there are it's not so bad it's good,
No.
but it's cringy enough at times that you can probably have a little giggle here and there.
Hmm.
Like yeah, one-ish, 1.5, somewhere around there.
Okay. Yeah. I had two. I had
Okay.
added two. Like it was self-aware. I laughed a few times. The special effects for the kills were actually pretty good. Like I was impressed with that part. The rest of the film
Yeah.
sucked. But it was okay. If they lent into more self-awareness and like hammed it up a little bit, it would have been
Yeah.
reasonably enjoyable. It's just they didn't cross that threshold. It was like
Yeah.
still, oh, this is our moment for a big breakout with our acting. But it just, come on, you need to do something else. You need to move on. So two,
Yeah.
easy two,
No, fair.
easy,
Two
easy.
seems generous, but I can understand where you're coming from.
Yeah, like it's going to be more than the next one. So
Yeah.
yeah. So that's after our little ride. We are coming into the Nun 2. So this is part of the Conjuring series. And I actually haven't
Mhm.
seen any of them. So I saw a
Yep.
timeline, which I can't remember because I don't really care. And I think this is what's hindered my viewing experience with this. So
Yeah, I went and watched a like a half an hour YouTube video of everything you need to know before watching The Nun 2. I went through all the different went through I didn't realize Annabelle was part of the same universe, the
yep,
doll.
yep.
Um so I watched all that. There's some other movie that I'd never heard of that's part of the same universe. So yeah, I watched this whole fucking half an hour video explaining how all the lore fits together, and I don't feel like it fucking helped me at all.
Okay. So I was hoping you'd be able to take the lead on this one, but
No, God, no. I
because
feel like I barely watched this.
yeah,
I had
well,
to like watch some reviews this morning to fucking remind myself of the movie.
yeah, well, this is set in 1956 France. A priest is murdered and evil is spreading. Bum, bum, bum. The sequel to
Yep.
the worldwide smash hit. I don't think it was a smash hit. I really don't think it was, but
Yeah, it's
sure,
a bit generous.
let's throw that in there. Follows Sister Irene. I wish it was Eileen because then I would have made a few jokes about her having one leg shorter than the other,
Oh
but
my
it's
god.
not. It's Irene. It's what? That would have been funnier. I would add
Would
more.
it?
I would add a better time.
Sure.
Yeah, because then when she got unnerved, like her running would have been like do 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 like down a hallway because she would have one leg shorter than the other. It would have been
Good
funny.
joke.
Mm,
Boom boom.
mm.
Would have been
That's
funny in the
it.
movie. I can do
It's
that.
better than the
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah.
As yeah. So Sister Irene, as she once again comes face to face with Valak, the demon nun.
Yeah. That's
Yep.
that's it. That's the end of the review, everybody.
Yep.
It's
Yep.
more than we're
So
gonna give you, let's be honest.
look, I was so confused. I still have no idea what the hell I watched. Like, I don't think I got anything out of it. One thing I do recall that was like pretty good was the jump scares. They did quite well with jump scares. It was,
Yeah, just severely overdone.
oh yeah, but the jump scares were reasonable. Like they executed the jump scares reasonably well, regardless if it's like done a lot.
Yeah, I don't know. I think watching this as an adult, it like it's not a scary movie in any way. a few jump scares here and there, but it's like they're all very predictable. At this point, we know when they're going to be coming. We know how to predict a jump scare.
Hmm.
Like yeah, there was lots of them, but I don't think they were particularly good.
No, it felt real slow too. Like a
Yeah,
really,
especially the first
really
half.
slow. It still reminded me of what was the Russell Crowe one? The Pope's Exorcist. It reminded me of
Yeah.
that, but
Yep.
less entertaining.
Um, I don't know. I think the second half of this I didn't hate as much. Felt
Really?
like once it
Do you reckon
like yeah,
seeing Russell Crowe on a moped just
just
just going
riding across fucking the entirety of Europe. Yeah, look, already I'm laughing more at that movie than this one.
right?
Yeah, I think this again, like this isn't for me. I'm not a horror enjoyer much anymore. I feel like they're all predictable and boring. I'm not part of this universe, the Conjuring lore. I'm not deep within it, and I don't like a lot of the stuff went over my head. Like they made reference to the previous Nun movie a couple of times and how they had to kill him with the blood of Christ, and like yes, I understand those things. So I watched that video prior, but like, there's probably a lot of things in this that went way over my head. That this isn't for me. Like, I feel almost bad reviewing this because I wouldn't have got anything out of this, even if it was a good movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, you got more of that, more out of it than I did because I had no idea. I'm also confused why the demon is a nun. Like, is it just it possesses nuns and it prefers them, or it
It
was a nun?
can, I think, it can take on any form. My
Yeah,
understanding. Um, and I think a nun, just because it fits in, like it's blending in sort of thing. Is that I don't know.
mm,
I'm not sure the law reason. I'm pretty sure the reason in our world is because oh, it's a scary nun. So they
yeah,
just shoehorn some sort of shitty story into it.
right,
It's just drawn out spooky scenes with heavy use of jump scares. And then as every other fucking horror movie ends these days, you get some shitty action movie in the third act.
yep, yep. That sums it up pretty well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's people talking, person goes somewhere scary, something scary happens, usually it's a fake out, and we repeat that over and over again.
yep. They went heavy
Yeah.
into the gothic scenes as well. Like the movie's dark. Like it's really,
Very dark.
really dark. Does it have
Yeah.
to be that dark? Like
Oh, but dark is spooky.
I feel like it'd be more spooky if it was like happening in a properly lit rather than
We
like
could fucking see anything.
like
Like the
squinting
boogeyman.
and just hearing things happen.
Yeah. I laughed more at the characters screaming than I probably was meant to, I think.
Yeah. I
Especially that kid. One of the kids kept screaming every time they screamed. I had to laugh. Sophie, I think it was.
yeah. Like visually it's not too bad. Like it's quite good with the special effects. So yeah,
Yeah.
I'm assuming it had a reasonable budget.
Yeah. I think it was 40 mil I saw before.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, it's a reasonable budget. It's like still pretty mid budget.
Yeah.
I think like Thaisa Farmiga, the main actor, Irene, she did pretty good. I
Yeah.
think without her, this would have been a lot worse of a movie. Still bad, but I think she plays that vulnerable, um, you know, she plays scared well, but like very vulnerable scared, as
Yeah.
opposed to like brave scared, I guess.
Hmm.
Um, she does pretty well. I think she holds it together.
She was
She
in an
hold well,
American Horror Story too.
yeah, she is very young at that point.
Hmm.
But yeah, it's nothing for me. I know this wasn't for me, and I get that. And I'm pretty tired. I say this every fucking time I watch a horror movie. I'm pretty tired of the genre in general.
Yeah.
So this wasn't anything I was ever going to enjoy. But it's the same as every other fucking horror movie right now. Jump
Yeah.
scares, action scene. It's just over it. I have fuck all to say on this. I
Yeah.
really don't have much to say on this movie.
Oh, I got nothing. I thought visually the demon nun looked pretty impressive. Jump
Yep.
scares were good. It was if it wasn't so dark and I could actually see what was happening, like it would have been better. Or if I
Yeah,
actually had knowledge of the entire universe, because I got no idea what's happening. I don't get your little references. So it wasn't
yeah,
really for me. I was bored, I was confused, and I was like, God, I want this over.
yeah. I was on my phone a
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah.
Like, I definitely like. I also feel bad because I didn't give it a really good chance either. Like, I sat and watched the first probably 30 minutes, and then I was like, okay, I'm over this, and I tugged on my phone, and I sort of lost a bit of the story. And by the time I tried to get back into the end, which did get a little better, by then I already lost my investment, and that's probably a reflection of me a little bit. But if you can't hold my attention and keep me interested, then it's your fault too, you know?
Yeah. So what would you give it then?
Yeah, look, it to me it's like it's a one. I think visually it's pretty cool at times, and I like where mid-budget horror is going. I think Evil Dead Rise is a really good
Mm-hmm.
example of how to do it well and how the visuals play well.
Yep.
Acting's fine, but otherwise it's just boring. So I think a one's pretty fair.
Yep. I agree. It's a one. It's a one. I was
Mhm.
bored. Visually, as I said, it looked reasonable. Just really dark. Jump scares
Yeah.
were fine. It's just I think if you are a fan of horror or a fan of the franchise, you'll probably get enjoyment from it. So it'd probably be
Yeah.
like in that three realm for you. But for
Hmm.
us, it just did not hit the mark whatsoever.
No,
No. So
not at all.
no.
Watch it
But
if you're a fan. If you know the rest of them, if you've seen the Nun one, I'd probably recommend it.
yeah.
I actually heard someone say that the Nun 2 is better than Nun 1, but
Okay.
I have no frame of reference, so I can't tell
It's,
you.
it's none for me. Ah, ah,
Yeah,
ah, ah.
ditto. It's none too interesting.
Oh, look at you. You're catching on.
Boom, boom.
Boom, boom. All right. I'm ready for the Lawson rants on this one. And I'm sure
There's
you'll
going to be a
you
some. Yeah.
you come in and prepared. So this is Jurassic Shark 3 Sea Vengeance. So the third film in this franchise, which I'm surprised it's got a franchise, to be honest. Like, I
Yeah.
don't know how they've gone, yeah, this has been awesome. But a
Uh-huh.
reporter, cameraman, and some petty thieves are stranded in a boat out in the ocean. The only thing that stands between them and their lives is a 50-foot prehistoric megalodon shark they must all pull together to survive.
Yep.
That's that doesn't even do justice to what the hell happened in this film.
Fuck no.
So
No, this is so
this
this
took a
is
mad turn, didn't it? Like, it's just it goes all over the place. There's even a
yeah, oh for
little
sure.
there's even a montage on the boat, which I was like, this is the weirdest montage. It wasn't a training montage, it was like a abusive montage. It was
Oh,
bizarre.
gotcha. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, like
We'll get to
flashbacks
that.
for
Yeah.
to things that just happened. We'll get there. So this is Mark Polonia. So Mark Polonia is not even a low budget filmmaker. He is more or less a no budget filmmaker. His movies have included such spectacular titles as Sharkula, Hell on a Shelf, Sister Krampus, Stay Out, the Cocaine Shark. He has a lot of shark movies, more or less. A lot of shark movies for some reason. Dune World, the Shark Encounters of a Third Kind.
There's
There's a
Bigfoot
lot.
versus zombies.
Yep, yep. Sharkenstein, which we see a little
Yeah.
cameo in this one as well.
House squash. Real monsters.
Uh, yeah, real spelled REEL for some reason.
Does the old mate like download a shark like what's it called?
Yeah, I'm
Get
guessing it's because there's a lot of shark pre-existing like shark rendered 3D little things that he
yeah.
can use. I bet you if you watch all the shark movies in order, he'd use the same like renderings over and over again.
He's even edited Exotic Daydream,
Sure.
Dungeon of Despair.
And like I don't understand because uh I know that Asylum, their whole like business strategy is make movies that are close to the real thing so people buy them accidentally. They go to DVD though. I'm not sure if these make it to DVD or like
Oh,
how does this guy make money out of these? Because I started looking up this guy a little bit more to understand because I wanted to find out like who is he? Why does he make these movies? How does he make money? He's one of the hardest working men in the low budget film industry. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8 movies in 2021.
Where do
One,
they?
two, three, four, five,
They have to
six,
be on
seven,
a
eight.
streaming service.
I
Have to
mean,
be.
I guess so.
Empire of the Apes. I just saw the IMDb trailer for it. My
He's
God.
released 7 movies already this year. Empire of the Apes. They're probably all just as ridiculous. This feels like in the movie. You know how there was a camera guy in the actual film.
Yeah.
That's Mark Polonia. The actor who
Ah,
played him is the actual filmmaker behind all of these terrible, terrible movies.
right. So it's him. That's something.
This is absolutely so bad it's good. I am going to be watching this in a week with my mate Nick. We're catching up in about a week and a bit,
Yeah.
and I'm going to bring this with me and say, well, let's watch this because this is fucking hilarious. I had so much fun watching this. So much fun.
It is. It's something. It is non-stop from start to finish. Like there's not one point where it's like any downtime. Like there's
No.
always something random that doesn't really add to anything. And it's
Yep.
just it's almost like scene by scene, they're like, I'm gonna include this, this, and this, and then it's just going to tie in this tiny little thread that it will kind of make sense. It doesn't really,
And
but it's
when I was getting a little bored, they took a huge left turn at the end. But we will get there. Let's sort of start from the beginning. So yeah, we start the story. There's 2 sort of stories happening at once, and then they bring them together, but it's not done well. There's this model who is supposedly a model
with a I don't know if they were related or not.
She's meant to be her manager, like her agent, but
Yeah,
I thought it was meant to be her grandma at first.
right.
Yeah.
And she's standing there taking photos, and it gets revealed that the manager takes 60% of all the earnings.
Yeah.
And
yet she's also meant to be really endearing. She's meant to be like a really like heartwarming old lady by the sounds of it as well.
Yeah.
There's no direction with her character at all. There's a shark attack pretty early, and it sets a pretty good precedence for the whole fucking movie. Where like the consistency of the shark, there are some 3D renders they've used, and the shark is like fucking enormous, like the size of a galley ship. And then there are some scenes that we see someone getting attacked, and it's biting their arm, and it's obviously a fucking puppet, and it's the size of like a guppy. Like it is just ridiculous. Anyway.
And there's a few scene transitions where they've used the standard iMovie.
Yeah, I was about to bring that up.
Like the storybook iMovie like template, which is like, when did that come out? Like 2014, 2000, somewhere between 2013, 2015.
Yeah.
The iMovie
early teaching career. Yeah.
Like presets were in there where has the cartoony sort of scrapbook, and it cuts to that and then cuts out. I was like, I'd message
even
you.
The news transitions, I think, are iMovie.
Yeah. I messaged you. I was like, I'm not revealing anything, but they've just used your stock footage iMovie.
The iMovie template. Yeah. I know. And we tell like year 9 students you're not allowed to use iMovie because you can't do enough with it. It's amateur filmmaking. And yet this guy's releasing feature-length films obviously made inside iMovie.
That's so good.
The news sets, every time there was like a character, like this movie, the majority of this film takes place on a boat. Makes sense, I guess. I'll talk about that in a second a bit as well. But the scenes where they have to try and deliver information, it is cheaper and easier to have a news reporter tell us everything that's happening than it is to show us anything that's happening. So like, I wonder if we watch a bunch of Mark Polonia films, if we see him do the same thing in all of them with like a news reporter. But yeah, there's this news reporter that is reporting on this shark attack in the megalodon or whatever. And she's filmed in a fucking bathroom, I swear to God. The audio quality for her scenes are ridiculous. They could have filmed it in a closet and been way better.
Yeah. So so the model's got to go do a photo shoot on a boat
Yep.
conveniently, and then all of a
Yep.
sudden there is what did they steal? I can't remember what they steal because the story
Art.
is all over.
Paintings.
That's right. They stole these guys are thieves. They've been hired by these other people that can't be traced back to, and we get a cut scene back to them for
Mm-hmm.
this random reason. So they
Mm-hmm.
going to escape. They decide to get the boat that is the photo shoot's happening on, and then
Yep.
off they go. And this is where we get the fin that comes out. Sometimes
Yep.
sometimes the fin's got like metal on it. Sometimes it doesn't. Like it was.
At the end, it does because that's a different shark. We'll get to
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this as these people come on and they take control of the boat and they're off to go escape, there's this really poor interaction between them and the model slash manager. It was just the most random scene. It's not even the
Yep.
most random scene of this entire film, but there's
No, by
this
no means.
there's
Just
this
super awkward.
this very random convenient scene where one of them trips or gets pushed, or I can't exactly remember, but they roll to the end of
Mm-hmm.
the boat and then they get eaten, and this very poorly rendered shark comes out and eats this
Yeah. Yeah.
person. And then there's this interaction between two of the thieves, and there's like him like putting her head in the water and like being real aggressive, and then we get a montage of what's happened. So it's
Yes.
happened, and then we get a montage of him doing it again. Like
Yes.
it wasn't a
Like
short
minutes later.
like it wasn't a short montage either. Like it wasn't
Yep.
a new information. It was the same
No,
information happening again.
in black and white this time
It was
because
like,
it's a flashback.
I was like, is
Yeah.
this
We get
so
a 6 minute.
traumatic
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
we had to see it again?
Yeah. No, it's because they're trying to make this a little longer. We get like 6 minutes of him showing us scenes we just saw, but this time in black and white. It's fucking insane. Oh my god, I have so many things I want to say. There's like loud, like they must have just gone on like a free website, Ben Sound or whatever, looked up like tense music, and there's this loud stock fucking free use music in every scene that obviously helps wash out the very poor like audio quality. But
Yeah.
my god, it comes across so shit. There is zero color grading as well. Like this looks like they just filmed it on any fucking camera they could find, and then just chopped it together in iMovie, and then like no exaggeration, that's literally how it must have been made.
I wonder if he's got a timeline. Like he's like, you've got a week to do this, so he's like, do your scene, get it in, let's go.
He's making it like a movie a month.
Yeah. So I'm
Like,
like wondering if there's a set period, or he gets paid per commission, like per movie he can do.
well, they don't reshoot anything. There's a scene where that when the manager and the model are first walking to the boat, the manager like trips. She like stumbles on something, and they both look down. They both look directly at the camera, expecting Mark to call cut because she almost fell. And they both look right at the camera. They both laugh, and then they kept walking, and they used that shot. Like that, Mark Twain doesn't give a fuck about anything. He just wants to make a movie and put it out there. It's insanity.
It's just so you can find all of Mark's films on Roku devices.
Okay,
Does that mean
doesn't mean much to me. No,
no? Is that just a streaming thingo? Like is that an app?
I could not tell you. No idea.
No. I was wondering if they stream just on there. Oh, it's kind of like a Google TV kind of. You download the apps on it.
Oh, sure.
I'm just wondering.
I'm trying to figure out where I want to go next. There's a scene. So the guy right at the beginning of the film, the cold opening, a guy gets attacked, like a sailor, fisherman, whatever. You see him later, and he's sitting on the dock in his wheelchair. Do you remember that with the
Yeah.
fucking green screen?
Yeah.
It is like the worst green screen keying I've ever seen. And that's like coming from a fucking high school film teacher. This, like, again, there is no care taken. Like, yeah, that'll do. Chuck it on. It's fucked. Why couldn't they get him on the dock? The dock they filmed on. Could they not get him on set?
No.
Was it really that important they had that scene at all? I hate water. Fuck, dude. One of the three thieves. So there was three, what do you call them? Like art thieves, I suppose. Three criminals. One was like the leader guy. There's this woman who was smiling through every line delivery, even though she was meant to be intimidating. And there was a guy who the actor obviously it has ASD, like on the autism spectrum, 100%. He was my favorite in every scene because you just know that he is showing all his friends this video and he's really proud of it and he's like having a great time because he was my favorite actor. Like he was actually giving a shit, and even though he was terrible, he was still like the most fun character in every scene that he was in. Every line he delivered, like there's obviously no direction from Mark Polonia at all. He's just yelling out lines.
Let's just do it.
It's just so ridiculous.
So apparently you can watch all of his films on Tubi.
Okay.
TUBI, yeah. They're all on there.
All right, so Tubi must pay him something, or he must get sort of like because Tubi, I think, run ads.
Yeah, I
think he must get some sort of ad revenue.
He's got to get something. So
it's fucked.
There's
it's
even
so fucked.
Land Shark.
Yeah, there is a lot. So when they're on the boat, they keep talking about how far out at sea they are because they're like waiting for a rescue chopper and all this shit. Every single shot is either filmed really high angle, so you can only see the water, or really low angle, so you can only see the sky. Because they're on a boat, they're like bouncing. And every now and then you see the shore, and the shore is like just fucking there, like a stone throw away. And they keep acting about how far away from shore they are and all this shit. And like you can fucking see it, dude. Like, come on, go further out, go a little bit further away from the shore to make this more believable. They're like, oh my God, there's land over there. You've seen land in every single scene at this point. Come on. Look, go, everyone who has Letterboxd, go to my Letterboxd, Lawson MTP, Movie Talks Podcast. I have so many more things to say about this. Otherwise, I'm just going to rant the whole way through. Let's get to the end.
Yep.
With the plot twist.
With the scientist.
There is. Our Nazi mad scientist.
Why? Who wrote this?
Mark Polonia did. So there's a scene where there's only two of them left on the boat. There's the leader of the criminals, and there's the model. And it looks like it's all doom and gloom. It's gonna reach the climax, it's gonna reach the head of the movie, and they're gonna be attacked, or one person's gonna survive, or whatever. And then out of the fucking blue comes a fin with like you said, with metal in it, like staples.
Yep.
And in comes this fucking handmade puppet on fishing line, which you can fucking see the fishing line green screened in, that eats the megalodon somehow.
Because it's bigger.
Because it's bigger.
Yeah.
And that's Sharkenstein. That's the cameo from the other movie, Sharkenstein. And out of fucking nowhere comes in. So then the movie becomes the model swims away because the other guy gets killed. The model swims away, meets the shark evil scientist Nazi. I don't know why he was a Nazi. It made no difference, but met this Nazi scientist on the beach. He then takes her to some like evil lair, which is just like a storeroom with a kitchen. And then he ties her to a tree with some twine and lures out the Sharkenstein, so he can shoot it with his ray gun.
Why has he got a ray gun? Like, where's this?
And why is the shark on land? It just sort of flops around, and yet they let it happen. Bro, I was not prepared for the end of this.
No, apparently Mark didn't write this. This Bandu Glutz.
What?
He wrote it. Yeah.
Bandu Glutz. Who's this guy?
So Mark directed it.
He's written.
But he didn't write it.
He's written 3 things.
Christmas Craft Fair Massacre? What?
Cocaine Shark. Jurassic Shark 3. No shit. Wow, Mark, you've dropped the ball on this one. Why'd you let that guy write it? I'm glad he did. My favorite line in two favorite lines were right towards the end. They're talking, the Nazi and the model, and she says to him one point, "Keep your swastika on, pal. I was only joking." My fucking favorite.
What?
And when the Nazi dies, he goes, "I will not be defeated." And then it ends with a question mark. The end question mark. Oh, this is fucking beautiful. I loved this. I'm gonna watch more Mark Polonia films now.
You're gonna watch them all.
We have to like keep track of, because the Asylum's lost its way a little bit. The Asylum have become boring. They care more about making movies than they do about making bad or funny or anything.
Yeah.
Whereas this is so low budget, there's no way of making it boring.
there's no budget.
Exactly. Like genuinely, I looked up some information about him. Like I said, some of his films are made with a budget of 10 grand max.
Yeah.
Some are made with a couple grand, and he has admitted that some have been made with zero budget.
Wow. There you go. I looked up his net worth and I was like, maybe we could start making films. It's not too bad. Not too bad for
People
it.
watch this.
Yeah.
What's his net worth?
950,000.
I mean, that's nothing to cough at.
Yeah.
He works hard.
Yeah. It'd be pretty fun making it. Like you'd be.
Oh yeah.
What's the next random ass thing we can do?
It'd just be pick a movie like The Nun. You'd be like, all right, we're gonna make one called The Sister.
It's just a family going about their day. Just the sister becomes a demon.
Yeah,
with no context, and then you could call it the family and have a full like horror series instead of the Conjuring.
I'm in.
It's the family, but the demon's the sister.
Just jumps from family member to family member. By the end, it's like the grandma. We do have to do a movie where it's the dog. Like the fish is possessed in one of them.
And somehow there was Hitler's brain or something or other for the shark. They're like,
oh, was it? I missed that.
Yeah, no, he was explaining that it was Hitler's brain that got put into the shark because he kept
was that in the kitchen scene?
Yeah, because he kept calling it what did they call? I can't remember.
Mein Führer.
Yeah, that's what they kept calling
right.
it.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, bro. Artist rendition of a shark, and they kept using so much stock footage, like all the news reports. I honestly think probably 15 to 20 minutes of this would have been stock footage during the news reports.
Yeah.
It had one point,
I think
they had like this drawing of a shark.
All stock footage.
Yeah, and even Asylum does that a little bit too, but there's this drawing of a shark one point, and at the bottom it says artist rendition of shark. Bro, this was so fun. I'm so keen to watch this again with some drinks and some friends.
Yeah, any of these films would be pretty fun, I reckon.
I hope so.
Get it like a watch party.
Yeah, I'm disappointed I haven't seen a lot of his stuff before, because this is like a whole breed of special.
Looking at any of these titles, I wouldn't be like, yeah, I'm going to watch this. There's even Noah's Shark. Is it like Noah's Ark? It is too.
Noah's Shark.
Get to higher ground. It's Noah's Ark, and then they've got like a giraffe, an elephant, and then a sheep like in the water with a massive shark, and the tagline's "Get to higher ground."
Oh my god!
It's the same. It's the same bloke that played the scientist. He's in it too.
Yeah, Jeff Kirkendall.
Yeah,
he makes a lot of bad movies as well. I have heard of him before.
Hilarious.
On Letterboxd, someone was like raving at how special it is to have Kirkendall in this film, because they're from the same production company, Wild Eye, whatever it's called.
Okay.
Oh man, yeah. This was a whole special experience. If you're gonna watch one of these 3 movies this week, this is the one to watch.
Yep.
This was so fucking fun.
It was something. Like I was not bored any of the way through it.
No, I couldn't look away. The shark attacks a helicopter.
Yeah.
We forgot about that part. A helicopter comes down to save them from stranded out at sea, and the shark leaps out of the water and bites this helicopter, and it's just it's special. It's so special.
It's so out there. How
It's
would
hard
you
to rate.
how do you rate it? I think
Yeah,
we gotta separate it. We always separate the hard
definitely.
ones. So
We
from
do.
filmmaking and then from enjoyment factor.
Yeah. Enjoyment,
Yeah.
it's a 5.
Yeah.
It's I had more fun with this than I have with any movie in a long time. It's so entertaining from start to finish. But on Letterboxd, and my review is going to be a half a star. It is one of the worst made films in existence. The only things that would rival that would be other Mark Polonia films.
Yeah.
There's no care or effort taken with any scene. They didn't even reshoot a person tripping over and laughing at the camera. Like it's just there's no attention, there's no care, there's no effort, there's no acting skills, there's no lighting. No, there's too much lighting actually in some scenes, these mad reflections. It was terrible, but in all the best ways. I had amazing time. Half a star, but a 5-star.
Yeah. Enjoyment, easy 5. Easy 5. Like just even like talking about it, just relived the film. Like it's it's a train wreck. You cannot look away from it. Like it draws you in just with how random and poorly acted. Like most of the actors they're very bad.
Oh yeah.
I don't think there's anyone that was like, oh, that was even a good delivery of a line. Like everyone was bad.
The worst actor is the main character.
Yeah.
She's putting zero effort in. I don't know why. She's probably their hottest friend, and they're like, "Oh, you're the model."
Like, the only one who's available who's like the most attractive,
remotely attractive.
It's like you're it.
You're no shit. You're playing a model. Okay, like fuck. Yeah.
But from a film standpoint, it's shocking. Like, what's the lowest we can give it? Like half a star. Half a star is like
we can give it a
lowest.
0 star if you want.
The half is the lowest. Like it's poor, but it's so fun. So
definitely
go watch it. Oh, that's something.
I know. I'm looking through my notes now. I have more I want to say, but nah. Go follow me on Letterboxd. Go read my notes.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. But hopefully we get something really good next week. So we have Bottoms, which I know nothing about. It's a film that you want to watch. So
hell yeah.
We'll see what that's about. We've got the new Castlevania out on Netflix, which is Castlevania Nocturne.
Mm-hmm.
That. And the wonderful story of Henry Sugar, which is Wes Anderson and Benedict Cumberbatch. It's their short film.
I think it's 40 minutes.
So yeah, keen to see what that is all about. Knowing Wes Anderson will be a bit left of field, but we'll see.
Yeah, hopefully it's a bit strange, but hopefully it makes more sense. Yeah, I thought I was going to say the same thing.
Yeah, I was confused with Asteroid City. Really like Grand Budapest Hotel. I reckon that's a fantastic film.
Yeah, probably my favorite of his, I'd say.
Yep.
Easy. Maybe French Dispatch.
Isle
of Dogs was pretty good.
It was, but he got super hyped. Hyped.
Especially after Mr. Fox, which I think is also overhyped. It's good, but it's like
it's the best.
I don't think it's groundbreaking.
No, but it's the best telling of that story.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
and like the animation stuff. Anyway, besides the point, talk about more next week.
Yeah. So we'll see you guys next week. You could be doing anything else, but if you're listening on Spotify, hit that 5-star. If it's not a 5-star, don't worry about it. And if you listen on YouTube, thank you very much. Hit that little thumbs up. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and all that jazz. And then you can
go follow Discord.
Yeah, join the Discord. See us on Twitch. See us everywhere. And we'll see you guys.
Tell your friends.
Tell your friends. We'll see you guys next time.
Bye. Love yous. Bye.